Hey guys, Randy here at etrailer.com. Today we're going to be taking a look at the Brophy set of heavy-duty in-bed truck camper lifts. These have a 4,000 pound combined weight capacity, so basically 2,000 pounds apiece, and you can see they're available in two different heights. The shorter one is CXHD. This is going to give us 57 inches of total lift, so max height is going to be 57 inches. It's going to be for shorter pickups. And then we've got CX74. This one's going to give us 67 inches of lift. So this is going to be better suited, I think, for most of the newer trucks that are out there. But we want to just go over them, kind of show you how they work, and also answer some of the common questions we get about them. The biggest question we get, and it seems to be all the time, is how many do I need? And basically you're just going to need two of them. You find the center point of your camper, and that might take a little bit of trial and error the first time, but our camper is going to rest right in here. We slide these in and underneath, and we'll lift them up just a few inches. We want to then kind of get a feel for the camper and see if it's positioned where it's balanced, or if it wants to tip forward a little bit, we'll move them forward. Wants to tip back a little bit, we'll move them backwards. Another really common question is the positioning of the feet. Generally, the center point of your camper is going to be somewhere around your tire. So your tire is going to be somewhere in this area, maybe give or take a little bit forward and back. And we want the longer arms to be facing kind of parallel with the truck. So this is going to face towards the front, this is going to face towards the back. And then our smaller tripod leg will come out of the back side here. Gives you excellent stability. The first couple times I used sets like this, I was a little skeptical. I was like, it doesn't exactly look like it's going to hold my camper, but they do a really good job. No issues or no problems with them that I've seen, and using them, I've never had any issues. These are built really nice and heavy duty. I'll turn this a little bit, you can see. Not only do we have the traditional support arm that's going to come out here, you can see that's fully welded, but it's also got two additional supports that come down this way. The winch that we're using is a very heavy duty winch. It's going to lock in position as we raise it, but if you'll notice as we go into reverse, it kind of goes into a free spool there. So it'll hold the position at any point until we reverse that handle. As soon as we reverse that handle, the gears allow you to feed it out. So it's a really nice built-in safety feature, almost like a brake that's already built in. So we're going to bring this up. We'll get it up to the bottom edge of our camper. Then you just kind of slide it in a little bit there. Be sure you get a good grip on it. Raise it up a little bit on this side. I recommend having two people to do it. That way you can each work a jack as you raise it up. But it's not necessary. You can move one up 6 inches, go to the other side, move it up 6 inches. Basically, we don't have to lift a truck camper very far. Your suspension's going to be pressed down, so you have to get past that suspension movement. But you just need a couple inches. Once you've got a couple inches, unconnect your plug or disconnect your plug and just pull your truck out. At that point, we're going to start lowering it down. Going to get it down closer to the ground, rest it on your stands or whatever you've got for your camper. And then these you can tuck away and put inside. It's another thing I like about these. You can see the wheels down here. Basically, we just tilt that up. Can rotate this leg. Makes it very maneuverable. Makes it easy for us to get it kind of in the shed, get it out of the way, tuck it over in the corner where it doesn't take up a whole lot of room there. Bring that back out. There are lighter versions of these. We have a 3,000 pound set and we have a 1,000 pound set, basically. So choose what's going to be right for the weight of your camper. The 1,000 pound set is one that we can pretty readily disassemble. The tripod base does not have that folding function, but you can pull the tube out of it pretty easily and just pull the winch mechanism with the lifter off of it. The 3,000 pound and 4,000 pound capacity varieties have a bolt up here. I think these are more designed, you can see the bolt here kind of holds that cable. I think these are more designed to stay together. I don't see you taking these apart each time you want to use them. I do think if you are going to place them in and against your wall and you want it to be as compact as possible, Kind of going in backwards seems to be the way to get kind of the most space savings. You can see they'll kind of just tilt in and up against the wall. So pretty easy to store, keep out of the way when you don't need them. They hold up really well though. Some people will use these and pretty much leave them out on their camper. They'll of course lower it down to where it's very close to the ground. But they use these all year long outside to support them, and corrosion and stuff like that really isn't a big issue. Some customers further up north, they might have an issue with corrosion if the foot pads have been down in the snow for an extended period of time or something like that. But there's plenty of tolerance in here. There's plenty of wiggle room, so these aren't going to bind, these aren't going to hang up or anything like that. Overall, if you've got one of the larger in-bed truck campers and you need to get it in and out, I think this is going to be an excellent solution. Some campers will have the electric jacks on all four corners. Those tend to work out pretty well. We've had some issues here with those failing, and then you have to kind of get out the manual crank tool and do it that way. Having a set of these on hand in the event that happens would save you a lot of effort. The manual crank on most of those jacks don't work out very well, so this would be a really good backup. Or if you have a failure on those 3 or 4 times, you get sick of them, this would be a good alternative for you. And we've talked about these holding up against the elements really well. Basically, our pipe here is going to be galvanized. The winch and all of its components are going to have a clear zinc finish on it, so that's going to resist corrosion just like our galvanized pipe. Our pulley up here, clear zinc finish on that. The cable's really nice, high quality, so we won't have any issues there. And then all the black components you can see are all going to be a heavy-duty steel with a black powder coat finish on them. And our wheels are solid rubber, so no pneumatics or anything like that. We don't have to worry about those going flat anytime soon. The only real tip that I'll have for you with these as far as using them and using them safely will be to use them on level ground, and you want to make sure it's a nice solid surface. If you're using these out in softer dirt and stuff like that, or in sand, you really need to provide some kind of solid base for them. Last thing you'd want, even though these are in the heavy duty variety, these do have the larger bases here at each foot. You don't want one side of it sinking in, causing your lift to start angling one way or another. So as long as you guys will stay with that level ground, nice solid surface, these work out really well. I think you'll be very pleased with them. And if I had an in-bed truck camper, these would definitely be something I would own.